Hi everyone, so we are focusing on vowel R syllables in multi-syllable words. So when the vowel R is in a multi-syllable word, it can change the sound. And so we've already gone over our vowel R's, but we're going to go over them again because it's very important that you understand the sound of these vowel R's. So boys, do you guys know what the different vowel R syllables are? What are they?
U-R.
Okay, U-R.
O-R.
As in burn. O-R. As in corn.
E-R.
E-R. Okay, as in her. What else?
A-R.
Oh, A-R. As in car.
I-R.
I-R. As in bird. So it's really important that you have these down solid, that you know exactly what they say. So AR says R, and I like to have words that actually help you remember the sound of these. Like I think car is a perfect word for AR, and corn and burn. I just think these are perfect words. I feel that you should have spelling words that really these one syllable words, that so you have these down, because the ERs, URs, and IRs have all the same sound. And so if you are not actually having spelling words, you're not going to be spelling these correctly. So get your spelling words out and get your one syllable words down really solid, and then you can go into the multi-syllable words and have spelling words in the multi-syllable words. So also another vowel R, what do you guys think the other?
E-A-R.
O-U-R. A good guess with the E-A-R. But I am putting as an O-U-R as a vowel R syllable. And this can say different sounds. It can say or your, whatever. It says different sounds. And but the reason why I'm really putting this one in this lesson is because it could notify you, oh, that could be a French word. And it's actually, sometimes it's Old English, but I would say 75% of OURs are French words, and you can identify it. Like journey or tour. See how they say, like journey says but it's a French word. And you or tour is a French word, T-O-U-R. And scourge is a French word. But the reason why it's super easy to identify that, because let's say you have other things in the word where it might be hard. Ooh, CH says 3 different sounds. It says ch for the American or English version. It says k for Greek, and it says sh for French words. And so it can help you pick those other French words out if you have that. Now also, O-U-R, like your, they're or, but this right here, your, would not be a French word. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But let's go ahead and start right up here in 30. Can you see that pretty good, Dan? So now the rule is, so once, if you have a consonant following your vowel R, then it stays the vowel R almost always, okay? So consonant following. But once you have a vowel, and this is what happens in multi-syllable words, when you have that vowel, then that's what changes, and it trumps the vowel R syllable, and it's no longer vowel R syllable, it's something else. It either could be long, or it could be part of a silent E syllable, whatever. It changes things, and that's why it's so important for you to understand what are vowel R syllables, and when does it become no longer a vowel R syllable, for you to be reading it like this. So, if you look at this, boys, right here, you have a T, and it's a consonant. So you know that that IR is going to say 30, okay? Right here. Now we talked about before, T-U-R-E says chur, almost always. And T-U-R in the middle of words will say chur. But oftentimes it will say tur, like Turk, okay? So that's why I put this one in here, so you can see the difference, that sometimes it will say tur and not chur. So scourge, what do you guys think scourge means? So this means terrible stuffing. So remember, the O-U-R is a French word in this one, and this is also Old English. It comes clear back. It comes clear back from the 13th century, but it could be like a plague. It could also mean just unjust laws for people. Unjust laws causes a scourge on the people. It's a French word. Okay, it's not interesting, boys. So how about this one? If you look at this one, disrepair. That IR right there might look like a vowel R syllable, but it's not. If you can notice that you have a vowel team attached to it, it's most likely not a vowel R syllable, it's a vowel team syllable. Okay, so now we have turban. So you see right here is a consonant, so you know that this is going to say So what is a turban, boys? Okay. No, it's not a hat. What is a turban?
It's like a really big scarf, but you wrap it around your head.
Yeah, it's worn on your head. People wear it on their head, and they could be at different lengths, and they could be at different colors depending on the geographical area that you're in. Just looking at the different pictures of turbans, and I just thought it was really interesting that this beautiful woman had a turban the same color as her makeup. And in Harry Potter, it's in one of his movies or his books. It's in the first book. You're right, Paul. So also, URR. UR most of the time is the one that doesn't change as much when it's followed by a vowel, but sometimes it will say but oftentimes ARRs and ERRs and URRs will say the long A sound, teret. So you can hear both of these R's in here, but it's saying teret. Let's go to orbit, followed by a consonant. So it's going to say the sound that you would expect, orbit. But oftentimes when you see a vowel R followed by an A, it could remain as the vowel R, like coral. Okay, so we have error. This is a perfect example of the ERR and the OR. So this saying the long A sound. And you can hear both of these R's. Air, okay? And then see how this OR is not accented. It's sitting at the end of a word. So if it's not accented and it sits at the end of a word, if it's an OR, ER, or an AR, it'll say Now ERs just say so that's not, but this can be super confusable, and it could hurt your spelling if you're not figuring these words out and having them as spelling words, because they say the exact sound. So, error, okay? We don't say error, we say error. Now, this is a consonant, so this is going to say or, forgo. But this one is a vowel. And I know it's an A, but so sometimes it'll let this stay as a vowel R. Okay, so this word right here, more. It's more. And this is kind of like saying an AW sound, and but then look at this word. This is a name, and it's from the Japanese. It comes from Japanese, and it says Sora. So this one is an A, and it's letting you keep your vowel R. Cora. This is letting you keep your vowel R. This one's actually a Greek name, and it also can start with a C. We actually had a cute little neighbor. Her name was Cora. But anyways, she spelled hers with a C. Forum. Now this one breaks right here. Look, you have a vowel here, and it's forcing that to be a little bit long. So when you hear or, it's really o-er. You hear the o-er sound, and so it's almost like o-er, but you kind of need to force that a little bit for forum, okay? And you just, when you say it fast, forum. but it does break right here. This is not a vowel R syllable. Network. This is a compound word. Two words that come together that make one word. Now, this OR is saying because of this W. OR say when when a W is in front of it. Now, ARs say or when a W is in front of it. All right? Now, torture. We have an OR and a UR. This is followed by a consonant, so it's saying or, tor. And then you have TURE, it will say chur off most of the time. I would say most of the time. But see, look, tur and chur. But this is probably the most frequent sound that you will see. This is another name. I thought that was perfect example of the OR saying or and the OR saying So this says door not door, like this says door, right? Door okay? This is saying the vowel R sound, and then this is saying the ER sound. See, it's at the end, it's not accented, so it's going to Buren. This is forcing the long U sound. It's not saying Buren, it's saying Buren. See how that long U sound is being forced out? Buren. Okay, now, urn. I loved this word, and I really felt it was important for you guys to see it. You don't see it much really in your studies, but I felt it was important. It's attached to it stands for your own. Yeah, Paul, do you have a question?
Is it RN at the end?
Oh yeah, YOURN.
Sorry, it's just getting hard to tell.
Or your own. So if you say like, my house is mine, see how you have my and mine? Then this one would be the same as your house is yourn, as in your own. Okay? That's how that goes. And you might not see it, I don't think we use this as much in our modern English, but you will see it in older Englishes, written even I bet you 50 years ago, even my parents spoke different. I'm talking with my children. So it's interesting how even in 50 years, how that can change, how our languages can change. So anyways, I thought that was important for you to know. Do you have any other questions about this, you guys?
No.
So, but this right here is not a contraction. So oftentimes we have our pronouns with our helping verbs. This your is a pronoun. This is a pronoun actually. We have our pronouns with our helping verbs that are contractions. But this is not a contraction. So let's talk about contractions a little bit. We have apostrophe S. We have, can you guys tell me some?
Wait, what are we?
Contractions. Oh, nice. N apostrophe T. What does N apostrophe T stand for?
Not.
Not? What's is or has or as. Okay? Can you think of some more? How about R E for what? R. How about apostrophe LL?
Mom. R needs to be used at the...
Oh, whoops. Apostrophe LL. Oh, nice. Okay, so this is will. How about apostrophe D?
Would.
Would. Oh, had. Had. Should. Could. Depending on what you want it to be in a sentence, and people will just know what these are. So now, these typically are connected to your pronouns, like I would like to go to the store. I'll words. So we have won't. What does that stand for? Won't.
Will not.
Will not. So this is unusual, where the very first word typically does not change. We don't say willn't, we say won't. Okay? Won't, right? We don't do that. Like he is, right? Is that done? Or she is. So, and it matters if you have your apostrophe in there. This would say Hess. This would say Shess. So you have to have your apostrophe. Okay, how about apostrophe R-E, U-R. See how you don't change the first word. You just take the first vowel and take it out. Take that out. A-R-E. Take the first vowel and take it out. But would is different. You actually, had follows the rule. Take the vowels out and you move it over. Okay, so but not is unusual also. N-O-T, you just get rid of the O right there. And how about this? This is an unusual word too. Can, can't, so can, not. So typically you just keep that first word and you keep going. So now look at this one. She will. How about she'll? But let's look, if we don't put our apostrophe in there, it says shall. See how important the apostrophe is to have in there. Do you see that, Paul? We don't want shall, we want she'll. And it sounds different. And it means something different. What does it mean? What does it mean, you guys? She will. But look at this one. What does that say?
Sure.
But I want it to say she'd. Put the apostrophe in. So if you're not putting that apostrophe in, you're going to get something else. And so make sure you have the apostrophes in your contractions. And contractions, what is a contraction? Give me the definition of a contraction, boys.
It's two words put together.
Yeah, it's two words put together, but you're also taking out words to make that and adding an apostrophe. If you just say it's two words put together, it would be more like a compound word, which I think there's one in here. Oh, network, there it is. It would be more like a compound word, but it's two words put together and taking some words out to actually make a one syllable word. R-E. So what if we did we're right there? We are, right? But what if we didn't put the apostrophe in that? We would get were. See how important it is that you have your apostrophe in your words. They make different words. Okay. Jurist. Now this is one of those words where you actually do drop the Y and before you add on your vowel suffix. So what is your base word? Jury. You're going to drop the Y, and this stays as a vowel R syllable in this word, jurist. Surly. This is a consonant, so it's going to say it's sir. That's sound. It's not the same. You look at this and you might think, oh, it should say sure. S-U-R-E-L-Y, right? But that says surely. Two completely different words with different meanings. Master, E-R says at the end of words. And it says it in the middle of words too. But E-R, master, here's one at the beginning of a word, but look, it's a consonant right here. So E-R says consonant, person. Expert, you have a consonant right here, it's saying And most of the time, ER doesn't really change, but still, if you see a consonant, you know it's going to be. What is an expert, you guys?
Somebody that's good at something.
Nice, good. Paul, you want to elaborate? Somebody that is good at something. They have a lot of knowledge. So I actually think Daniel would be an expert at grammar, because he really studies grammar, and I think he is also an expert at mountain biking, not just cycling in general, but I think that most people, if they're 12 and up, are an expert at something, especially when you hit around 25, when you become a mom or in the workforce, then you become experts of whatever. You could be an expert at writing, an expert at organizing, an expert at cleaning. You can be an expert at building a car or whatever it is. Lots of people, I would say almost everybody is an expert in something. So if you study your grammar really intensely, you will be an expert in grammar. And I love that the more you study your grammar, when you listen to people that are really knowledgeable, you're able to understand them better. And so this is merely. So this is a silent E syllable. It's saying it's long E sound. So it's not saying, this is not a vowel R syllable. But right here, it's a vowel R syllable. It's followed by an A, cam, So sometimes it's followed by an A. It will say the sound that you would expect. This is a Latin root. Mit is a Latin root, permit, followed by a consonant. But look what happens here when it's not followed by a consonant. It's followed by a vowel. What is that saying, Daniel?
Here.
E. It's saying it's long E sound, period. It's not saying period, right? Peer. So this one, how about this one?
Several.
Several. So it has an A here and it's saying So it's not, this is a vowel R. This A is not changing that sound. Several. This one though, recovery. This Y is not changing this vowel R right here. Recovery. It's saying the sound that you would expect it to hear. Butler. At the end it says perceive. This is a consonant, so it's going to say it's vowel R sound. Severe. Look at this one right here. That's long E, so it's saying E. This is a silent E syllable. Diverse or diverse, I've heard it both ways. This is a consonant, so this is going to say This is a vowel R. Pirate. This right here breaks. This is not, we don't say pirate. We say pirate. This is also long, because it's a silent E syllable. We don't say sir, we say sire. This is also a name which I think originated in California. I could be wrong on that. I just know somebody from California submitted the name. And this is saying IR, when it is a prefix, it will say ear, like irreversible. And this is saying that prefix sound, mural. Okay, so sometimes you'll get something like that. And I put that in here just so you could see. Sometimes that can happen. It's not saying myral, it's saying ear, mural. And people can do that to names. Names often don't follow spelling rules. That's why people can't read them as easily as if they can read regular words. IR is followed by a consonant, so birthday. IR is followed by a consonant, skirmish. You have IR followed by a vowel. Now I think this giraffe is unusual because normally you would say giraffe, but it's saying kind of this short sound, giraffe. It's almost saying the vowel R syllable, but it's not. It's broken right here. Respire is not a vowel R. It's a silent E syllable. It's saying it's long sound, but we have this UR followed by a consonant, so it's saying curling. We have a vowel here, so you have to be careful. Thyrum. This turned to schwa because it's not accented. Sorry, that was terrible, but I can't write low. Skirt. Oh, let's just go to here. Same here. Look, we have a vowel. It breaks right here. Person. Okay, we have ER. And I put this in here because I just want, what's the definition of a person?
A human being.
Oh, it is a human being. Okay, give me more.
A
Pretty
man.
self-explanatory.
So a human being regarded as an individual. Each person is an individual. And I just want to bring that up because each person is special. Okay? And we have ER followed by consonant, so it's saying Scourge, O-U-R. You guys, what does it mean? We talked about it up there. What does it mean?
It's a bad thing.
Well, yeah. I meant O-U-R can identify. You're right. Scourging is a bad thing. You don't do it to people. But what else? It identifies that O-U-R identifies as a what? It identifies that this could be a French word or an Old English word. English, it's French, but then you can maybe say, oh, this will be something else, a French word, and we can identify that. Okay? Let's look at this. Now we're going to go in and hit some ARs a little bit more. AR followed by consonant says R, garden. AR followed by consonant says R, margin. AR followed by consonant says R, marble. But look, this AR is followed by a vowel. And it's saying it's long sound. And you know how ERY, how we talked about ERY? It still says but not ARY. It actually says it's long sound, binary, okay? It breaks here, parade. This turned to schwa, this is the accented syllable. This is a silent E syllable. It's not, we don't say parade, we say parade. So that is not a vowel R syllable. This is a vowel R, but it's not, it's unaccented, dollar, okay? Dollar. See how we don't say dollar, we say dollar. Now, I thought this was kind of fun. Where did the dollar come from? So it actually had a different name a long time ago, and it came in lots of different nations. So come here, Dan. I don't think you can find these as easy. But what does this one say, Daniel?
I don't know.
Oh, really? See how the difference in the dollar sizes changed? So we have another dollar. This is another silver dollar. And this was in what year?
1946.
So 1946. Okay, so hold those up. They changed. They changed in size. This actually is the same size. But look at this dollar. Oh, this is actually $50. So this $50 was done in 2001, and actually see full silver dollars made really anymore. In a long time ago, they were actually made with real silver. This is also $1. Look how much smaller, and this is not made with full silver. Look how much smaller it is. This is a $1. And then this is actually Susan B. Anthony. And I didn't actually know that these coins really existed until I rode the train all the time. So Susan B. Anthony's are the ones that, this is actually one that I got when I was young, and I rode the train often with the Susan B. Anthony. And then I got this Ulysses Grant dollar just recently. So anyways, these are the different dollars that we have. And now most of the time is what you see is the paper dollar, right? And this is the easiest to carry, obviously. These aren't as easy to carry, but anyways, they originated way, way back. And we have our vowel R, And it's not accented when you have an AR at the end of a word. It says We don't say dollar. Okay, we have parcel. It's followed by a consonant. So we have, it's going to say parcel. This is followed by a consonant, garlic. So it's saying it's R sound. Narrow. It's saying it's long A sound. Whoops. It's not what I meant to do. It's saying it's long A sound. ARR says air. Okay? Narrow. And you can hear both of these. So when you see an ARR or an ERR or URR is not as common, but read it as air. So what does narrow mean? What do you think narrow means?
Skinny.
Okay.
Wide.
Not wide. Okay. It can have different meanings, and lots of words have different meanings, but they're very similar also. But you're right. Narrow limits you, like you're narrow-minded. That means you're limited in your thinking, limited in the extent that it is, or the scope that you can. The scope was narrow in the vision. Narrow can restrict you. So don't restrict yourself in learning your grammar, because then you will not be narrow-minded in your thinking. It will broaden what you think if you learn your grammar. Okay, anyways, pardon, this is a consonant, so this AR is saying R. Same here, market, this AR is saying R because it's followed by a consonant, market. All right, I hope you guys study your grammar so you are not going to be narrow in your vocabulary and in your thinking, and also that you are going to be an individual. We all know you are, and learn to be an expert in something. So anyways, we'll see you in the next lesson.